What's the best example of men not understanding a woman's body that you've ever heard? I knew a guy who thought that girls could control when they started their periods. Like, he thought they needed to have them monthly, but that they could start them at specific times as was convenient. Sometimes, I don't know what the hell is going on in people's heads. Also knew a guy who thought girls always found sex painful, and that guys shouldn't stop just BC. They say it hurts BC, it always hurts for them. That was honestly kind of scary. My sister knew a guy in high school who thought women had 5 holes. One for piss, one for periods, one for sex, one for birth, one for shit. Luckily, she corrected him. That women always lactate, some more than others. This is why bras have different levels of padding to them to soak up the excess milk. You know, in case you didn't currently have a baby to feed it to. This logic was courtesy of an ex-boyfriend who was brave enough to ask what I did with my milk, as I obviously did not have kids. I told him it was being made into artisan cheese for the Saturday farmers market at the park in downtown. My professor not letting women go to the bathroom if they're on the period. It is infuriating. In middle school, during our swim unit, my friend asked to sit out because she was on her period and only used pads. Our male gym instructor told her to shove a tampon up ass and get in the pool. If I was her parents, my ass would be driving up to the school and demanded he shove a tampon up his ass and get in that pool. Knew a guy who genuinely believed women having orgasms were a myth or disorder because only male orgasms do anything, so a female having an orgasm is pointless. Once had a man tell me that I wasn't a virgin because I used tampons. Someone on Twitter complained about a censorship made on a female character from Tokyo Mirage Session, a game, and he said not only did they remove her cleavage, but they also removed her vagina bones. Ever since this was tweeted in 2016, everyone has been laughing at him, even today. Good friend, conservative, Catholic Portuguese family, only ever had one girlfriend at this time. In the university gym, good-looking young lady is on one of those machines where you sit with a pad on the inside of each thigh, spread your thighs, then bring them in again against the weight. Maybe you can picture it. Anyway, friend observes this, nudges me and says, I love watching them work out their clits. Recently, saw a TikTok comment from a guy saying women can only get pregnant on their periods. The absolute total insistence of this guy from college, who fully believed and argued with dozens of women publicly that having a dick or a dildo long enough to hit a woman's cervix is the only way to make a woman come. A woman training to be an OBGYN pointed out that many women actually are in a good amount of pain from pap smears, which contacts the cervix, and it's usually sensitive for a couple days after because it's the exact opposite of pleasurable. Nope, he said. She doesn't know what she's talking about. A year later, he couldn't figure out why no one would date him. The one where the guy thought virgins don't have vaginas. It's his responsibility as her first sexual partner to make the hole. No, there isn't just one hole that the milk comes out of the nipple. There's many areas where the milk comes out for breastfeeding. It's not a hose, more like a shower head. Kid in my class thought women had 2 holes and they peed and pooped from the same one. A coworker who got drunk at a work event and started complaining that his arranged marriage wife must be cheating on him because she was now wet and receptive to his advances, instead of avoiding him because it hurt. Men who think we get turned on by inserting tampons. My great aunt said, if a woman uses a tampon, she'll do anything, suggesting that women who use tampons would sleep around. She said this on more than one occasion and was quite a prude. Add, she was born in the 1920s and was a minister's daughter. She had a different mindset for sure. Does this count? I had a teen gay male student ask if girls have buttholes, and if so, why? Saw something ages ago where a guy believed that a woman's period came from her ass. Oh, also this notion of a tight versus loose vagina. Men on TikTok explaining how tight a woman's vagina should be. I've also seen them try to tell women how to clean it. Kinda disturbing how wrong some people are. My husband's friend was upset when his pregnant wife had to get a transvaginal ultrasound because the ultrasound wand was long and he thought she might like it. Tell me you're a bad lover without telling me you're a bad lover. Sheesh. When my husband and I first got married, he was annoyed by how much toilet paper we were going through. Turns out he didn't know women have to wipe every time they use the restroom, even just to pee. We joke about it now, but wow. I've met both men and women who think that every woman is taking a birth control pill, as if every teenage girl just starts taking it in the same way that they start wearing bras and buying tampons and pads. I know some women are choosing not to do those things either. It may be a very common form of BC, but not all women want to deal with the side effects. I went to the doctor for abdominal pain, and a male resident was giving me my ultrasound. He had me convinced that I was 99% pregnant and said he could see the heartbeat. So my boyfriend is pale white and stressed, and I'm crying and scared. Later, a female doctor did an ultrasound with the vaginal probe, and turns out he mistook my right ovary for a baby and my pulse for a heartbeat. I'm Chinese American. My ex-BF at the time was like, I want to have sex with you because I heard Chinese people have an extra muscle in their P*SSIEs. Friend told me a guy at her school was complaining some girl he fucked was dry as hell. He apparently didn't realize that was a self-report. Edit, to all the people who are like, actually, there's a 2.67% chance that the girl had a rare condition called anti-debunk, which could explain it. What do you think is more likely, that this dude couldn't turn her on or that she had lubrication issues? I'm going with the former. I overheard kids talking about how they thought that period products shouldn't be free because women can just hold in the blood until they get to a bathroom. I've also heard of people who thought that women would use pads like diapers. Men have tried to explain to me that women pee out of their vaginas, that women get looser if they sleep with multiple guys, but not if they sleep with the same guy, that childbirth feels good for women and makes them orgasm, that women with big boobs have a high body count because she grow every time a woman has sex, and that women can control how much blood comes out on their period. A friend of mine got her period on a date, and her date was absolutely convinced that she'd done it on purpose to have an excuse not to sleep with him, bruh.